Jaron Ennis is trying to fight Terence Crawford next, and a pro has given Crawford a warning about facing Ennis. After Terence defeated Errol Spence in excellent fashion, naturally the boxing world wanted to know who was next for Crawford, and it looks like Jaron Ennis could be the next fighter since being made the IBF mandatory. Jaron couldn't really understand why Crawford would want a rematch with Spence before fighting him. Jaron stated, "The main guy I want is Bud, but I'd take Spence too. But the main guy I want is Bud because he has all the belts. Bud did his thing. Spence was just off, flat. He wasn't moving his head and was getting hit with a lot of shots. Bud did his thing. Spence was just off, slow, timing was bad. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a bit more competitive, but it's boxing. Things happen. I don't know what it is, but Spence, he was off. He was slow, the timing was bad. Everything was just wrong. It could have been the weight. Maybe when Spence goes to 154, he'll probably be a little bit better." Word got out that Crawford was looking to leave his new belts behind and establish himself at 154, but Jaron wasn't too happy about that. Ennis stated, "He's a walking victim. Stay at 47 so we can get active." The podcaster Wallow was the one who leaked the conversation he had with Crawford through texts, and in the texts, Wallow stated, "You're a f***ing monster, god damn." Crawford then responded with, "Appreciate it." But the conversation didn't stay that civil as Wallow then stated, "You know Boots is waiting," and Crawford texted, "Y'all are trying to see another dead body." All of this was because of the messages that Wallow had received from Crawford in confidence, and he passed the word on to Jaron. That didn't make Crawford too happy. Crawford stated, "That's some weak-ass shit, Wallow 267. I don't do like that. I stand on everything I do or say, but for you to text with me that fake then post for attention is definitely not G. That's clown-ass at its finest." Terence and Jaron got into a heated argument recently as well, and Terence really wasn't too happy to be dealing with Jaron on the other side.
What we know?
I know everything.
I don't know nothing. I'm trying to find out what I know. Enlighten me.
What you mean enlighten you? You for the Devanese and you could for me.
You jumped up out of my sanction body to go fight in the IBF. So what I know?
What you mean?
What you mean? What I mean? Would you rank that in the WBA or not?
Yo, it don't even matter. Yo,
all right, catch up, little homie. Catch up, man. If it don't matter, catch up.
Yo, he picked Evanesian.
Catch up.
Evanesian was way under.
You just said it don't matter. Catch up. I'm talking about before that.
He not about it. We already know he's not about what he's talking about.
I'm not about what? I'm not about what?
You don't want to fight.
You said I'm not about what?
You don't want to fight.
Man, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Go ahead.
You dreaming, man. You talking in your dreams,
don't
man.
Want to fight. Yeah, we asked for that fight plenty of times. Yo.
When?
Plenty of times.
What's plenty? When?
Man,
you front. You front.
Not long ago, Ennis had to deal with some criticism from some fans and critics, and he made sure to tell everyone that he didn't care too much about that. Ennis stated, "To be honest with you, I don't care about what anybody might be saying about me. As long as I do what I'm supposed to do and I come out victorious, that's all that matters. At the end of the day, having fights like that is a learning experience. That's how you get better. The criticism isn't going to do anything but make me get better and sharpen me up. So I'm going to go out there and do what I'm supposed to do what we worked on, and hopefully take it to the next level." Jaron has felt like he's the best option for the winner of the Crawford versus Spence fight, and he still stands by those claims. Jaron stated, "I believe I'm the best option. I feel like everybody wants to see me versus Spence or me versus Bud. I don't think they want to see anybody else fight them." Steven Edwards wouldn't pick anyone at 147 or 154 to beat Jaron though, but he knows that Ennis has to prove himself in the division. Edwards stated, "I'm gonna tell you this. I wouldn't pick anybody to beat Boots Ennis. Nobody. I know he's not experienced. Y'all say he's not experienced, but I got inside information because I've been watching him since 2014. I've been hiring him for camps. I'm not saying he's better than everybody because you still gotta prove it. Still gotta do it in the ring. I wouldn't pick anybody to beat him from 147 to 154. Nobody. No. I don't think there's enough incentive for Crawford or Spence to fight somebody that much younger than them. A lot of trainers don't even like mixing eras. I think Boots' era is gonna come behind them. He's gonna fight the Ortiz and maybe Fundora. I don't think they're scared of him. I don't. I think Errol and Terence are both guns. I think they'll fight anybody, but it's not going to be worth it to them to fight somebody that young in a fight that they can likely lose. Kenny Porter definitely thinks that Jaron would cause a problem for Crawford, but he doesn't see the fight being worth it to everyone. Kenny stated, "I believe a guy like Jaron Ennis would provide a big challenge for him, absolutely, no doubt. I just think the risk and reward with Boots. The risk is greater than the reward for Bud, and now Bud should be rewarded in everything he does. Boots is a very, very talented guy, a guy that has a lineage in boxing. His dad and his brothers were professional fighters. He's got a family of fighters behind him. Everyone is a piece in that puzzle that makes Jaron Ennis. On Terence's end, just me from a business standpoint, it doesn't look like it would be Terence's fight for me. It's not a winning situation. He beats this young guy. He was supposed to. If he doesn't and it doesn't go his way." Kell Brook really believes that Jaron could be the one to bring Crawford down a notch too. Kell stated, "He's looking good, so good that he could be the one to succeed Spence and Crawford. He has great ability, punching power, and like these guys, massive boxing IQ. I put him up there in the elite, among the best in the world. We don't know for certain how good he can be until he gets in there with someone better or equal to himself and we see how he responds, how he takes a shot and deals with pressure on a big stage. That's when we know when a fighter has a real X factor, when they can tie in all those qualities with the ability to do it on that highest level." Chris Van Heerden took the time to compare Ennis' power to that of Errol Spence, and his take on his power was interesting. Chris stated, "I've been hit by Spence a lot. I've been hit by Ennis to know that when Ennis touched me, he didn't drop me, but when he hit me, I was like, oh boy, and his power is even more than Spence's power. I'll tell you that. When Ennis hit me, I got a little scared in the sense of, oh damn, this is different power. Ennis is wild. Ennis jumps in, he's ferocious, he's wild, and when he hit me, the moment he hit me, even when it was my arm, a red light went on and I was like, oh, this is why this guy knocks out everyone. He's got power. And the thing that immediately went into my head that round was, oh, he hits harder than Spence." Karan Chukajan felt the very same way. Karan stated, "Yeah, he actually hit very hard. He caught me a few times in the head. I was not stunned, but I felt his punches. In round 10, he caught me in the body. When you fight against somebody with such a hard punch, you don't want to stop, even if he hurts you. The most important thing for you is to not stop your legs." Rashidi Ellis thinks that Jaron's power is insane. Ellis stated, "He's tough. That motherfucker can take a hit. I was hitting him with some shit, but Ennis could stop him. He could." When Jaron talked about his knockout power, he didn't think that he had reached his full potential yet. Jaron stated, "I don't think I have my man strength yet. I feel it'll be 1 or 2 more years until I fully have my man strength. The crazy part is, I feel like in a fight, I still haven't thrown a real power shot and really sat down on a punch yet. Everything I've been knocking guys out with has been all natural strength." Floyd Mayweather has been keeping an eye on Jaron, and he doesn't think that anyone else should take him lightly. Floyd stated, "I feel like he doesn't get the credit that he deserves," he said of the prospect a month later. "We talk about a lot of fighters at welterweight, but we don't talk about him. I think that he's gonna be a problem. He's a problem right now. I'll come on record and say that kid Jaron Ennis, Boots, don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on him. Hell of a fighter." If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.